I'm Melissa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about helping you start your new YouTube channel. And I just think because the new year is approaching that this is the perfect time if you've been wanting to start a channel to kind of spend the next couple of weeks preparing and just getting pumped up to start a channel. And 2019, I was gonna say 2009, 2019 can be, the start of something really, really big for you. And I just am super excited about this because I know how many people out there were feeling like I used to feel before I started my channel, feeling like I've thought about YouTube for years, I've always wanted to start a channel, but I'm nervous, I'm worried that people won't like my content, I'm worried that I won't be good enough at it, I'm worried that my idea isn't very good, or that, I'm not gonna sound good or look good in front of the camera or know how to edit, and all of the other fears that we have that stop us from, pursuing what we really want to achieve. And so I thought I would put together this video kind of sharing what I've learned the past few years through trial and error and experience, and kind of share with you some tips and tricks and my personal advice. And this is kind of the things that I would probably tell myself if I was starting from scratch today. And so the first thing I want to say is to just go for it, because none of the other advice I'm going to give is applicable if you don't actually just take the plunge and sign up for a channel and start filming videos and start putting yourself out there, because ultimately that's what YouTube is. So just don't overcomplicate it with all of the thoughts of editing and lighting and YouTube thumbnails and getting subscribers. Like, don't even worry about that yet. Just start with the basics. YouTube is about filming a video, uploading that content, and sharing it with an audience. And so once you just kind of remember that, it can help to kind of take the pressure off. All the other stuff can be learned. And my second piece of advice, this kind of leads into that, is use YouTube as your tool to help you get better at YouTube. And essentially that's how I've done everything that I've done with my channel. I did not know much about using a camera. I didn't know anything about lighting or about, speaking in front of people, an audience, or a camera, editing. I didn't know any of that stuff. I just taught myself everything from watching tutorials. And, so it's just one step at a time. Don't feel like because the people that you watch on YouTube are incredible and you're like, I want to make videos like that. And, if your first video doesn't come out like that, which it probably won't, and that's not being pessimistic, it's just, if someone's been working on something for 5 years, they're probably going to be at a different level than someone who is just at day one, and that's just totally normal. So just get okay with that. Get comfortable with being confused, with being a little unsure and a little uncomfortable, and just treat it like an experiment. It really helps to take the pressure off. Like, let's see what happens if I spend today trying to learn how to use this editing software, instead of, if I don't learn how to make a perfect video by the end of the day, then I'm a failure. Stuff like that is what stops people from pursuing their channel, that stops people from even starting to begin with. So just treat it all like an experiment, and kind of like, let's see what happens if I watch this tutorial and try to follow along, and let's see how that helps me improve. So it's all about mindset, because our minds can really play tricks on us and just make us feel inferior and I'm just gonna quit, that's it, I suck at this. And so that is just really, really important to keep in mind. So all of the things that you can learn on YouTube are just amazing. You can learn how to create a channel art, a banner for the back of your channel. You can learn how to use your camera properly. You can learn how to edit YouTube videos. I've made a video that was a very popular video. It's got hundreds of thousands of views, how I use Filmora, which is the editing software that I've been using for a few years. And I taught myself how to use Filmora by watching other people's videos, and then I learned my own tips and tricks, and then I kind of passed on that knowledge and helped other people who are beginners learning to edit their videos. So you can literally learn everything. I learned to build my own website using YouTube tutorials. I learned how to pretty much everything that you would need to know to start a channel, you can learn through watching videos. So just know that right away. Any info that you need, it's there for you, and it's likely free online, which is amazing. And next I want to move on to another topic, which is finding your niche, finding your topic, finding what you want to make your channel about. Now, there's many different ways you can go, but the two main ones are choosing a very specific niche, like making your channel about vegan cupcakes, and that's it. And the other spectrum of it is making a lifestyle channel, which is more about your life. It could be vlogs. It's much more general and it can include many different topics. Generally, there's still like a theme, which is kind of like my channel. And so I'll kind of talk about the pros and cons of both. If you want to grow a channel super fast, choose a niche. I did not do that. I do not have a one very narrow niche for my channel. But the pros of doing a niche are, so for example, if you make 50 videos on your channel that are all about vegan cupcakes, the best cookware to use for vegan cupcakes, that's one video. Another video could be 10 different frosting flavors for vegan cupcakes, or the perfect recipe for a peanut butter vanilla vegan cupcake. So every single video you're going to be having in the title the words vegan cupcakes. So your channel is just going to be all about vegan cupcakes, which means when someone anywhere around the world types into Google vegan cupcakes, the likelihood of your channel showing up is very high because you've just got so much content and it's being added to daily about vegan cupcakes. So the odds are your subscriber count's going to go up and you're going to have a very focused niche YouTube channel about cupcakes. That's awesome, especially if you have a business that is about vegan cupcakes. So I really recommend doing this if you have a specific business, like you sell eco-friendly wallets or eco-friendly sunglasses and that's your brand, then of course make a niche site where all of your videos are about that. The downside of this is the longevity. You might get bored of making videos of this. You know, once you've made 50 videos on this one topic, maybe your passion for that topic is going to be done and you're like, oh, I really want to make videos on something else, but all of my followers, they only want to learn about vegan cupcakes and I'm kind of done with that. So that's another thing. And just the flexibility of it. You really are kind of putting yourself into one corner. That's your role. You're the vegan cupcake lady or the vegan cupcake man, and that's your thing. Whereas the other side is a lifestyle channel where you can kind of talk about other things. And the reason that I am doing this is because I have more than one passion. B, I was more about connecting with people and positivity. That's my theme. My theme is positivity, live your best life, health, happiness, all of that stuff. I like to inspire and uplift people, and I like to share when things inspire and uplift me. When I learn something from listening to an audiobook and I just feel so excited and so motivated from that, I'm like, oh, I really want to share this in a video. Like maybe this technique is really going to help someone who's out there and like feeling depressed or going through anxiety and panic attacks or just, you know, suffering from low self-esteem. And I really love to do that. You know, I also, you know, can motivate and inspire through sharing healthy recipes or showing a day in my life, or, you know, again, it's much more general and it's also more about lifestyle. So it's people who connect with me and people who watch my channel and are like, hey, I like her, she seems cool, or I would be friends with her, let me see what she's doing today, like let me see what she wants to share with the world. So again, it's not as specific, but the longevity factor is there because you can kind of veer off into other things and you have a following of people who just like you, they like your personality. Maybe you have a really cool sense of style or sense of humor, or you know, whatever it may be. It's something that can kind of stay with you for a long time. Again, it can be a much slower growth process, but I find that the people who watch your videos and the people who connect with you stay with you for a long time because it becomes like a relationship and like a friendship. It's not they're just watching your channel to learn about this one thing and then they kind of click off. So those are the two kind of main avenues to choose: niche and lifestyle. And if you want to turn them into your business, both of them are monetizable. You know, you can make a business from both of those. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, I can't make that decision for you, but there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that will help you kind of decide what kind of channel is best for you. And again, trial and error. Don't be afraid to try something. There's no messing up. The only way you can mess up is by not starting. Like, I really, really mean that. You could make a video and then in a year you just cringe watching it being like, what was I thinking? But at least that video was practice for you. At least that video taught you something about what not to do. And that's super, super valid when you're learning and growing and, you know, gaining experience. So, on to the next. Okay, another thing I just want to say, if you're making videos that are talking to the camera, like, you know, maybe your videos are a voiceover of recipes. I make videos like that a lot of the time, but most of my videos are me speaking to the camera, speaking to you, and I'm going to share with you some tips if that is the kind of video that you want to primarily make. One thing, eye contact. I know it just seems like you're in a room by yourself and there's no one out there watching, but someone in Australia is in their bedroom watching you. Someone in Iceland is in their kitchen watching you, listening to you, having this, you know, conversation with you. And so that's just important to remember that, like, there are people at the end of this camera. This is not just me talking to myself. And sometimes it feels like that, so it's easy for me to, you know, I do this sometimes too, where I look away a lot when I'm talking or I look down. And it's really important to look into the camera. There's a really big difference between, you know, connecting with people when you actually are giving them eye contact and, you know, at least showing them your eyes. It's super helpful with for connecting with people. So that's just something to keep in mind. Another thing is, this is something that I learned kind of recently and it just fascinated me and I really started to pay attention to it in videos. It is showing your hands. And I was watching a YouTube video about this, and it was actually a TED Talk, or talking about the most popular TED Talks. And one of the things that all of the most popular TED Talks had in common is that the people were using their hands to communicate, or at least showing their hands. And this makes a lot of sense. You know, it makes people subconsciously uncomfortable when you talk with your hands behind your back, or your hands folded, or your hands are completely out of sight. Like, there's a big difference with me talking to you and I'm like this, and you can't see my hands, I'm expressing my idea, but I'm like this. Or, oh my goodness, you're never gonna believe about the exciting thing that I just experienced today. Obviously, you don't have to be like super, super aggressive with your hand motions, but just in a natural way, showing your hands, you know, saying like, these are the 5 ideas I want to share with you today. Like, this subconsciously is just another way to communicate with people. It helps to get your point across. It helps to emphasize words and make people feel comfortable. Because I heard that, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the reason that it makes people uncomfortable to not see your hands is like back to caveman days, where if your hands were behind your back, people didn't know if you had a weapon or not. But who knows how true that is or not. Either way, it's true that, you know, showing your hands in videos when you're talking and being expressive is super helpful for, you know, helping to get your point across in videos. Now for the rest of this video, are you going to be watching my hands? Probably. Alright, so next, these are just tips of things that I've noticed that are effective and that I, you know, recommend. Ask people to like your videos, to subscribe, and to share them. You know, this is important because sometimes people are just, you know, it's not, no offense, like they're not trying to not like your videos or not share it or not subscribe, but people just click on your video, and I do this too, where I'm just watching it. I'm not realizing like, hey, this is important to this person. Like, why don't I just take a second to press like or a second to subscribe because I want to see more from this person? You know, so if you don't ask, then you don't get. So just ask. Say, if you enjoyed this, can you please do a thumbs up on this video? Or if you want to see more videos from me, remember to click subscribe. You know, it takes a second to do that, but it's really, really effective, and it will help you, you know, increase your views, or sorry, increase your likes and get more followers. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. So good. Okay, so next, okay, this one is my own personal thing when I watch videos, and I do click off of videos when they don't do this. It is short intros. For example, I'm making this video about sharing YouTube tips with you. If you saw the title and you're like, oh, I want to learn about, starting a YouTube channel, and you click on it thinking you're going to learn about that, and I spend 15 minutes telling you about, the movie that I saw last week and how it was so funny, and then I had a phone conversation with my mom and we talked about different oatmeal that we like and this, that, and the other, you're kind of just thinking, get to the point. Like, I clicked on this video to learn about YouTube. Like, what are you talking about? And so, again, up to you. Some people have videos that people just like to hear people chat, and that's different. But the odds are, if you're creating a how-to video and you're like, I'm going to teach you how to make chocolate chip cookies, you don't want to talk for 5 minutes at the beginning of the video about something completely irrelevant and not get to the point. So even with intros, like, sometimes I won't even say, hi, my name is Melissa. I'll just be like, I want to show you how to do this. And I just find that people appreciate that, because it's like, your time is important, your day is important, and like, get to the point. So that's just something really helpful. Again, or if a video is going to be chatty, sometimes I'll say that at the beginning of the video. Hey guys, I just want to chat with you today, and I'm going to just chat about all of my favorite new vegan makeup products. That's different because you're kind of letting that person know this is going to be a longer video, it's casual, it's chill. But if you're doing how-to videos, just kind of get to the point. Hi, my name's Melissa. This video is going to be showing you my tips and tricks for starting a YouTube channel. People generally appreciate that. Okay. Okay, as far as what you need to invest in for your YouTube channel, start with the basics. Start with what you have. So the theme of all of this is just start. Don't wait until you can afford the best of the best camera, a ring light, all of the different lighting setups, the perfect background setup that you want for your videos, and everything else. I will say one thing that I would have, if I knew this, I would have done it from the beginning, is get a good tripod. For me personally, I went through, I think, 2 or 3 tripods that just broke because they were super flimsy, and I spent like 25 bucks on each of them, and they all broke. And so I was just like, I should have just bought a heavy-duty one from the beginning. So now I know that. I've had my Manfrotto one for a while. I'll link it down below in the description box. Manfrotto is the brand. They have a lot of different ones. The one that I have, I really, really like, and it's just heavy duty. I'll bring it with me outside, and it's just like, it's not flimsy. Some of the other ones that I've had have just been super flimsy, and then just like kind of a waste of money to just buy things that are just gonna break. So that's one thing that I invested in. It takes time. I have a ring light right now. I have 2 other lights. I actually have a TV screen, so I'm watching myself in the monitor. And so I did not have any of this when I first started. I had, where is it? I had my one MacBook computer that's back there. It's from 2011. I've had it since then, and that is my only computer that I use. And so I actually filmed my videos using that. Next, for lighting, you can just use the light from a window. It's totally fine to do that. Just have the camera facing you and the window behind the camera or laptop or whatever you're using, so that basically your face is as bright as possible, because people want to see you when you're speaking to them, and it just makes the video look a lot nicer. Any other tips and tricks that I can think of or that I wrote down for you? Be yourself. Honestly, be yourself. This is like so important. It takes time. I know that sounds weird, like why does it take practice to be yourself? But it really does. Most people, if you just turn on a camera and start filming them, all of a sudden they're like, hi, hello, hi, how are you? And they just become this like very like rigid version of themselves, and like afraid to like say and ah, afraid to, just say the wrong thing, and then you just look different than how you normally look. And that takes time. It takes time to just like relax and be yourself and show your personality. I definitely had to learn that as I went. But I just find that the videos are so much more enjoyable to watch when the person shows their personality. And maybe it's for a business channel and you're like, well, I need to show people that I'm the expert in my field. Can I still show a sense of humor? I mean, this is all up to you. Again, make a few videos, see what you like best. Try, if you really feel like I want to show my business persona in my videos, then make videos like that. Try them. Maybe, you know, after a few months of filming those videos, do one video where you're a bit more relaxed and see if that has a huge difference in your, like you'll get feedback from your viewers. People might be like, I loved seeing this more relaxed side of you. I loved, you know, the jokes that you made. I loved seeing that. So people will tell you what they like from you. It kind of becomes like a relationship. There's a feedback, you know, model that happens where at first you're just pumping out videos and then you kind of see that, oh my gosh, this one got 10 times as many views. People like stayed to watch the whole video. People commented like crazy because they really enjoyed this. And you know, I found that when I did my outdoor vlogs, sometimes I would just take my camera and I would just walk. Well, you guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know those videos where I'm just walking outside talking to you, and usually it'll be when I just have an idea pop into my head and I'm like, I really want to talk about this. And maybe it's like, go out there, if you don't like your job, quit your job and go get a job that you really like. This is your one life. Like sometimes I get really inspired and like fired up and I just want to share something passionate with you guys because I'm feeling excited. And so when I film those videos, I usually get way more comments and way more feedback because people are like, I loved this. This is just what I needed to hear today. This really pumped me up. And so again, there is no right or wrong. Just create and then kind of see what you've created and make changes from there. Just think of each thing as like a building block. Each video is a new step in a forward direction. Don't stop. Just keep going. And now I want to talk to you about like one of the biggest obstacles that you may face when you start your YouTube channel and it's starting to grow, and that is comparison. Comparing yourself to other people, comparing your channel to other people, and feeling like, you know, you're no good compared to them, or other people made the same video topic and they had way more views, or this, that, or the other. You know, this could almost make you want to cancel your channel and not want to do it anymore and give up and be like, what's the point, you know? But don't worry about that. This is not about them. This is about you and the videos that you're making for the people who want to watch them. So focus all of your energy on that, and the only time to take into consideration other people's videos is when they're inspiring to you. When they're inspiring and you want to, you know, you're like, I love that idea. I love how that person, you know, said that. I want to incorporate that into my channel. Or I love the use of, you know, bright colors on that person's thumbnail. I'm going to try that for mine. That's different. That's getting inspired. But when you're comparing yourself and beating yourself up emotionally because you're quote unquote not as good as someone else, that is just totally not helpful. And so just shut that down right away and just keep moving forward. I was watching Gary Vaynerchuk. I hope I'm saying that right. Gary V, he goes by, and I just watched him for the first time the other day, and I've seen him everywhere. Like, I've seen him on social media, like I've seen his face and his name. For some reason, I don't know why, I just never clicked. So I did click and I watched a couple of his videos the other day. Super inspiring man, and one of the things that I love most about like his whole thing is A, his authenticity. That really inspired me. B, he doesn't edit his videos that much. The ones that I watched, it's just his camera rolling. And this video here, I'm not going to edit very much. I'm just going to kind of not cut it, and usually I try to cut out my ums and ahs and awkward pauses, but I just found that super inspiring how he's just like, no, this is me. He's like, if there's tea in the background because I'm drinking tea, that's fine. So normally I would like make sure that that stuff is just not there, but I kind of was inspired by him, and so I'm taking that inspiration and I'm using it on my channel. And I'm, you know, you're always learning, always growing, always, you know, what's the word? Pushing forward. And so I was watching his videos. I'll link some of his videos down below. Super inspiring man, and he's just created a huge empire. He's got tons and tons of energy, but it just shows that there's a place for you no matter what you do and no matter what you're passionate about. If you want to create super curated videos that are edited like crazy and, you know, they look absolutely perfect like TV ads, and you're super passionate about it, then do that. You know, or if you don't want to edit your videos and you want to film shaky vlogs of you walking in the forest, then film that. You know, there's something out there for everyone. There's someone who's going to be interested in absolutely everything. So don't go chasing the people. Create what you love and the people will find you. Lastly, I'm going to link all of the stuff that I use for my channel in the description box. Everything I use, from lighting to my cameras. I have a different vlogging camera that I use, the tripod I use, absolutely everything that I can think of. I do have an external mic, I'm not wearing it right now, but sometimes when I use my other camera, I use it. And if you're just like, I've saved up the money, I do want to get some really good equipment, so I'm going to give you those recommendations down below. And I hope this video inspired you to start your channel and gave you some good ideas. I believe in you and I know you're gonna do great things. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and share it with anyone that you think it will be helpful for. See you next time. Bye.